I'm Mike. Welcome back to the shop. Well, I've received the replacement parts in the mail today, so we're ready to begin our rebuild of the single rail gearbox. Okay, for each end of the lay shaft there's a little race on the inside on each end, and these bearings fit on each of these races on the inside. We will install the 25 needle bearings per side, and these have all been counted out, and there weren't anything missing in the or wasn't anything missing in the package, so we've got all 50 that we need here. We also need a dummy shaft to hold these in place, and made this out of an old curtain rod. So just took a nice pipe cutter, so I've got a nice edge. We'll insert the dummy shaft in here to hold this in place while we insert, to hold the bearings in place while we insert it into the bottom of the case. So also, in order to hold these needle bearings in place, I will be putting some grease into the cavities on each end of the lay shaft or the lay shaft gear set, and that'll hold the gears in, or the needle bearings in until I can get the dummy shaft in place. Okay, so I take a little bit of the grease out of here. I don't mind getting my hands dirty, and basically just put it on the inside of the lay shaft. This doesn't hurt the lay, or the lay shaft gear. This doesn't hurt the gear at all. I'll wipe up the end so it's not a mess dealing with later. So okay, so that side has got grease in it, and a little bit of grease on this side as well. That should be enough in the cavity. I'll wipe up the grease. And then I will install the needles. Okay, to install the needles, all you need to do is make sure they don't drop off the table. You just put them in place. You can see the grease is holding them in. Put them in and press them in so that they're sitting inside the groove. There's the first 5, here's the next 5. I'm just pushing it into the bottom of the groove, and then using my pinky finger to spread them around. Here's the 4th set of 5. Okay, they're all in the groove. And then the last set. You have to use a little bit of feel here to get them all to sit in into the groove, into the cavity. Every once in a while one will slip out, so you have to pop it back out. But I think you get the idea. They should all be sitting, if I can get in a little bit closer. They're all sitting in the base there. You can see one's not. Well, I guess they're all pretty much in there. I'll look at it visually and make sure that they're all sitting in the track, and I'll repeat the same thing on the other side. One thing that you also may find helpful when you're installing the needle bearings is that if you use the lay shaft inside the lay gear, the needle bearings don't always go in perfectly the first time. The lay shaft can be used to help get the needle bearings to be lined up. So use the lay shaft if necessary to get things lined up. I'm going to leave it in at this point. You can see it coming out at the end here. I'm going to pull it back until it goes to the back of the insert here, and then I'm going to put in the remainder of the this side of the lay gear. So we've got the 25 needle bearings. I'll just install them. Here's the first 5. Orient them with my pinky tool here. Here's the next 5. Definitely easier with the lay shaft installed or inserted to hold these things in place. They don't get to travel down the shaft. So we've got 10 in, next 5. Come on. Okay, so all 25 needle bearings have been put in place. Now I'll just use my pinky to spread them around in radially inside the shaft, or inside the gear set. Just use the shaft to push them back into place axially. All right. I got one pin that's not wanting to go in. I wonder if I've got, if I miscounted. I'll have to take a look. No, there's room for it to get in there. There it goes. Good. So I didn't miscount. I had all 25. All right. So the gears, or the roller needles are in both sides. Now what I need to do is install the temporary shaft. I'm going to clean this up so I don't have so I don't introduce any contaminants inside the bearing surfaces. So I'm just wiping it down. All right. Then I'll just insert the dummy shaft inside as I'm pushing out the actual shaft. So I'm pushing out the other shaft. I'll give you a wider view of this. Alright, so the lay shaft is being pushed out and the dummy shaft is being pushed in. All right, fantastic. Dummy shaft is in place, both sides. Didn't lose any bearings. That's good. All right. Now, what we do with the lay gear is simply put it into the bottom of the gearbox and just let it lay down at the bottom of the gearbox. Okay, so it's in the bottom of the gearbox, and next we will then, as you can see in here, it's just laying at the bottom of the gearbox. Next we will install the main shaft into the gearbox.